from Electro-Brand in 1984. This is the model 2961. 6-band portable receiver. It kind of looks like it has 10 bands, but it really doesn't. It only has 6. A couple of them share things. It has a tuning and battery indicator, and it has a null indicator, which is something I don't see on consumer radios. It's usually more of a professional thing. I guess you want to see if there's anything interfering on either side of your band signal behind it. And we have this charged batteries, which caused a problem with this one. Someone left the rechargeables in and they did a bad thing to a screw I needed to get out. So that has stopped me from doing some things. Mic input for PA. Antenna. This is for shortwave. I first thought this antenna here, the left, was for shortwave because it's for other things too. And this is very similar to my WorldStar radio I showed a year or two ago, and the left is for shortwave. But this one I don't think is for shortwave. It's just strictly that one, I think. And you come to earphone or headphones. You have a cassette player. I guess it's interesting. This is identical to the one that was on the Emerson clock radio I demonstrated last week. Same functions and everything. The little plastic's a little messed up there. Volume, tone, squelch, fine tuning, which is for shortwave only. And I can't clean these pots. They're blocked from the front, and I'll show in a minute. I can't get in through the back. Our power switch on off, AC DC. You have radio selector, tape player, or public address system. The dial light, AFC, off or on. And your band selector, AM, CB, shortwave 1 and 2, FM or TV1, TV2, those are of course not useful anymore. And then your airport band, your weather channel, and your public radio band. You have your tuning dial, and let's see. Like I say, the left antenna on my WorldStar was for all the other bands than CB. I don't think so in this case. It's 35 inches tall. The CB one, and inside you can see this is only for CB, is 40 inches. I don't get any CB, so it's kind of useless. But now here's an interesting thing. They call this a gyro, and it's marked in degrees. I don't know if you can see that, from 0 to 35. On either side. So you got 70 degrees of turn there. I've seen these on some radios called location finders or direction finders. I suppose that's what this is, but it doesn't necessarily do what I think it should do. At first I thought it was the complete FM antenna, AM antenna, but it's not. There's a ferrite bar antenna in there, and this has 3 wires hooking up to it, to that general area. So I'm a little confused about that. I wish I had an owner's manual for this. What else? Electro-Brand. It's nice leather. It's very nice leather around here on the sides and things. Here on the right side we have, left side we have our DC input. The radio does have 2 handles, right and left, so I guess you don't want to pick it up by the little gyro antenna there. And then on the back you can see some things, informations. Electro-Brand 2961, made in Hong Kong. Then just our UL listings and things. Little spot for the AC cord to come out. And inside is the AC cord. We'll pull that out. And a spot for the 6 batteries and a microphone. When I got this, these 6 rechargeable old Radio Shack D cells were in there. And somehow one of them had leaked or something. I never really saw a problem on the batteries, but there was all kinds of corrosion in there I had to clean, and I couldn't get it off a screw. It has stymied me for some maintenance. But it's a Fairly nice cabinet. It looks really similar to the World Star I showed a year or so ago. Alright, opening the back, we have some information. You see what looks like a date stamp there, November of '84, which is reasonable from what I know about this radio. We'll look some more at that board in a minute. We have a spot for 6 D cells, microphone, and the power cord. And here's a big problem I have. This screw down here is covered with dissolved battery gunk, and it somehow froze it. I've tried liquid wrench, WD-40, long screwdrivers, power screwdrivers, nothing budges it. And because I can't get that screw out, I can't get the rest of this plastic piece off. And because I can't get this off, I can't clean the pots which are behind it or under it. And I also can't get in and remove the board to clean the band selector switch on the front. So that one little screw is causing a lot of backup here. But a couple of interesting things in here regardless of that, which is why I'd like to get the board out. If you look, you can see the spot where the antenna comes in, the left antenna comes in, FM, TV 1 and 2, public safety band, which leads back out here to this antenna. So this antenna is not marked as having anything to do with shortwave, which is kind of confusing to me. But experience now has shown that that antenna is useless on shortwave. I have to plug in the one in the front, and I can't see where the one in the front goes, once again because I can't get the board lifted up because of that screw. But there is a couple of places where you could see where the antenna comes in, but then it disappears down under here, under that plastic piece. So I just can't figure that out. And here's the Ferrite Am Antenna, pretty chunky beast. And this sort of gyro antenna on the front has 3 wires coming out of it. An orange one, a red one, and a white one. And they all kind of disappear in there. I'm not exactly sure what they go to by the tuning capacitor. So it's not an antenna itself, that little gyro thing. It somehow works with the AM antenna. I wish I had a manual for this thing, with the null indicator and the gyro antenna and the apparent lack of short wave on the right or left antennas. You can see where the CB antenna comes in on the right, from the right antenna. All right, we'll try a little short wave reception with the antenna plugged in. It's on a atomic clock at 10 megahertz. Not coming in too well, but getting it a little. Still kind of early for me to get a lot of good short wave.
At the tone, 22 hours, 41 minutes, Coordinated Universal Time.
Looks like the Scotch clock is right in the background there.
Esta selección delante del terreno de dicha acequia atravesar después de recorrer muchísimas leguas. Se estima que la zanja conducía aproximadamente 70
There's one voice that you hear talking to you over and over again. I've spoken to you about the destruction of America and
Preachers all over the shortwave bands.
like the children was sent to
La Rosa de Tokio, una mirada diferente de los...
With the antenna plugged in, reasonable time of the day, it's a pretty good shortwave performer actually. Wanted to show the dial light for a minute. This has a lamp on the right side. There's nothing, no lamp on the left side. Well, let's see, we're not going to get anything on the TV1 or TV2. That's what, channels 2 through 13 or 2 through 13. So we'll switch up to FM here.
Hello, this is Hank FM.
House,
why are you whispering?
The radio is very sensitive. I get a lot of channels, but it's not very selective. They all run together, so it's not a good listening radio because of that.
All right, you've got 2 tickets to see Florida, Georgia.
You can hear everything around the channel.
We'll talk to you.
Or having any additional health problems. Almost.
Well, what do you think? Should we make an offer?
What, on this house? Do you not see this kitchen?
Listen, I heard avocado is making a comeback.
I'm going to try lowering the antenna here. Maybe that'll keep some of the distant channels from interfering.
A little much, but just picture what we could do with the place.
Seal it up and call it a 1970s time capsule?
Seriously, think about it. We tear down this wall.
Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit an Xfinity store today. Requires enrollment to Eagle for paperless billing and auto pay. Offer ends 4/30/17. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply. Wi-Fi claim.
Tone works. I'd love to be able to get in there and clean those pots. I'm getting some local air traffic right about, I don't know, 124 megahertz on and off today. It's not that uncommon, but I always like hearing it.
Metro traffic system 42 Bravo left crosswind 15 Metro. Metro traffic system 42 Bravo left downwind 15 Metro.
I don't believe this is the large airport, the international airport near here. I think this is one called the Metropolitan Airport, about 15 miles east of here. But I could be wrong.
Metro traffic system 42 Bravo left base 15 Metro.
Let's see if we have anything on the local ham repeater. That's not continuous either, but sometimes I get lucky. So we're going to be down here on the public band. It's our local 2-meter repeater.
I am pretty sedentary this winter, but, well,
I'm getting a little on the public band. Wonder if I can pick up the weather band. I don't get the good weather band here. Might just be able to barely hear the weather channel here now. It's coming a little better. Most days I can hardly get it at all. Well, it's probably a lost cause, but we can check for CB. Alright, I've kind of rearranged things here so we can see if this has anything to do with good AM reception, or as a direction finder, what it does. So we switch to the AM band. Our Spanish speaking station at the top of the dial, about 1590.
And the trend is right now is a lot of people are waiting to inherit it. The problem with that philosophy is people are living to be in their 80s and 90s, and you may be way in. Well, let me give you an example. I've got a client
You see the
who is
reception. You can watch the reception indicator change here when I move that.
I believe she's 80. Her mother just passed away Sunday. Now, if she was waiting on an inheritance, she waited a long time. Now, unfortunately, that wasn't the case in this situation. But if you're waiting for an inheritance,
So it might have something to do with it. But I suspect you'd have to change it for each station.
Do it my way or not at all. And so that's a philosophy. That's a personal philosophy of coaching that I've seen it done all across the board in my experience. But I believe that really successful executives, successful leaders, whether it's in a basketball locker room,
It's very selective on AM. I wish it was as selective on
National Highway
FM.
Traffic Safety.
he's been able to have the freedom to do that. But like you said, he stepped into a situation where it's him and 5 other freshmen. It's not him.
a $50 gift card to Golf Galaxy. Twin Peaks, local craft to their famous
Null
29
indicators
degree
usually
draft,
always in the
made
middle,
from scratch kitchen,
which I guess is
AC
where you
action
want it.
everywhere.
With the consensus of trying to get as many Republicans on board as possible, but also
I'm not necessarily going to engage with me, for which reason I have a network of people.
My second Spanish-speaking station. The only 2 stations that play music in my area, and they're Spanish.
Really happy just like me. 25 again resets your body by giving it back what it once had.
And WLW Cincinnati.
Go to 25again.com. 25 again.
Well, I mean, they may have been acquaintances of his. Maybe they want to find out if they knew ahead. And makes you wonder though if they
It does make a difference. So it's a good AM performer, sensitive, selective, good audio. All right, we'll test the PA system. Got a microphone here. Can you hear that? Can you hear the difference from my voice to the camcorder? I think we can. That certainly makes a big difference the closer I get the mic to my mouth. So the public address function on this radio works too. All right, let's try the cassette player. Function selector to tape. Fast forward. Eject. So cassette player works. Well, that's the Electro-Brand 2961 from 1984. Anybody has any information about this gyro antenna or the makeup of the shortwave antennas? I'd like to hear it if anybody has an owner's manual or something. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.